Hi, my name is Franklin Perez, and I'm running for the Florida State House of Representatives, District 33, with a Libertarian platform. I'd very much like the honor and privilege of representing you in Tallahassee. My campaign slogan is Libertarian and Independent, not beholden to party politics. Some of my campaign issues are improve education for our youngsters by implementing a pure school voucher system that gradually phases out our public schools and fosters a competitive free market environment, allowing parents to use school vouchers towards any private school of their choice. Currently, all taxpayers are forced to pay for public schools, regardless of whether they send their children to public or private schools. Many parents simply can't afford to pay public school taxes and private school tuition, so many have no choice but to send their children to failed public schools. This creates a monopolistic environment where public schools have no real incentive to offer quality education. I include a detailed school voucher plan in my campaign website, which is shown here in the YouTube hyperlink. 2. Elimination of all victimless crime laws amongst consenting adults. Police should concentrate on catching real criminals, not individuals, A, that are pursuing their right to happiness, and B, that are not violating the rights of other individuals. We should end the useless and wasteful war on drugs, which has caused an erosion of our civil liberties. Decriminalize or legalize the sex worker profession amongst consenting adults as long as such activities are done indoors and not in public view, i.e. the street sex worker should remain illegal. Nevada, Rhode Island, Holland, several Australian states, Turkey, Switzerland, Australia, New Zealand, and United Kingdom all have legalized or decriminalized the sex worker profession. I myself have had the pleasure of enjoying myself in the legal sex worker environment of the Nevada brothels and have found the experience safe, pleasurable, and enjoyable. I include a detailed plan to decriminalize or legalize the Florida sex worker profession in my campaign website indicated here in the YouTube hyperlink. 3. Access to affordable health care via sensible free market and deregulation reforms. During the 1960s, low-cost health insurance was available to virtually everyone in America, including people with existing medical problems. Doctors made house calls, a hospital stay cost only a few days' pay, charity hospitals were available to take care of families who could not afford to pay for health care. Since then, the federal and state governments have increasingly intervened through tens of thousands of regulations on doctors, hospitals, and health insurance companies. Today, more than 50% of all healthcare dollars are spent by the government. Health insurance costs are skyrocketing, government health plans are heading for bankruptcy, and politicians continue to pile on the regulations. The only healthcare reforms that will make a real difference are those that draw on the strength of the free market, such as A. Deregulate the healthcare industry. We should repeal all government policies that increase health costs and decrease the availability of medical services. Florida has laws that mandate coverage of specific disabilities and diseases. These laws reduce consumer choice and increase the cost of health insurance. By making insurance more expensive, mandated benefits increase the number of uninsured American workers. Remove government barriers to safe, affordable medicines. Remove government barriers to competition among medical professionals and facilities such as hospitals. Let Florida residents choose health insurance policies regulated by other states. Allow doctors licensed in other states and nations to practice medicine in Florida. Allow for telemedicine. These are virtual medical consultations that take place across state borders using the telecommunications medium. Remove certificate of need laws for hospital facilities. Let private hospitals spring up as the free market demands without having to obtain a certificate of need. Such laws block competition among medical providers. I will work towards a free market approach to healthcare reform as advocated by the Americans for Free Choice in Medicine organization. 4. Access to affordable home insurance via sensible free market and deregulation reforms. Some legislators propose over-regulating insurance companies in ways that will actually make things worse for homeowners. Government mandates frequently wind up stifling competition, limiting choices, and driving up the cost of insurance. When insurance companies have flexibility to compete, more providers will want to enter the market, and we all benefit from greater competition. We as consumers will benefit from more affordable rates, additional policy options, and improved services by insurance companies vying for customers. But we should also ensure that insurance companies pay benefits customers are entitled under their contracts. We should use the power of the state to ensure that insurance carriers' financial resources pay legitimate claims. Insurers that fail to pay legitimate customer claims should be charged criminally. 5. Support for the free market by advocating a constitutional amendment that would state the following. There shall be a separation of state and economics. The government may not abridge the freedom of production and trade. Minimal to no taxation to help foster economic growth for all businesses. Cut excessive personal and business regulations. End taxpayer subsidies to larger corporations. This includes not bailing out failing financial institutions and also other businesses with political connections to the tune of probably $1 trillion taxpayer dollars or more. Preservation and strengthening of our Second Amendment rights by removing the concealed carry license requirement and allowing for more places where law-abiding citizens may carry firearms for self-defense. Alaska and Vermont are 2 states that allow citizens to carry concealed firearms without the need to obtain a concealed carry license. Support for a woman's right to abortion. I am a pro-choice candidate. Protection of private property rights by eliminating eminent domain and repealing all zoning laws. Houston is a major city that functions well without the need for zoning. All Florida zoning and growth management plans add an unnecessary 21% to the cost of housing, as well as tell private property owners what they may or may not do with their property. I include a detailed no zoning plan in my campaign website that's listed here in the YouTube hyperlink. For a Law Enforcement Accountability Act to deal with police abuse and harassment. Current civilian review boards have no real power. All they can do is make recommendations. Thus, there is to an extremely large extent no accountability by police officers because police departments police themselves. This act would require the formation of civilian review boards to oversee state, county, and city police departments with the full power to independently investigate, discipline, and terminate problem police officers. For a right to die law, similar to the one in Oregon, that gives terminally ill adults the right to choose a dignified, pain-free, humane death with the help from their doctors. For an alimony reform law as advocated by the Alliance for Freedom from Alimony organization. Once a marriage is dissolved, one party should not be held in virtual peonage for life by paying a lifetime alimony to his or her former spouse. Limit alimony awards to 3 years and cap them to no more than 25% of take-home pay or $2,500. For private solutions to transportation problems. For example, get state government out of the expressway road system. Move to privatize expressways using a present value of revenue auction system from the state to private companies charging tolls. Allow for free market competition in the expressway system by letting private companies build expressways with no taxpayer money and allow them to charge tolls. I'm uniquely qualified to represent my constituents' interests because I'm not beholden to party politics or special interests, and I have a consistent political philosophy, Libertarian. I invite you to view more about my campaign by going to my website at www.geocities.com/fperez1776 as indicated in the hyperlink in YouTube. So, when you go to the polls this November 2010, please remember to vote for Franklin Perez, Libertarian and Independent, not beholden to party politics. Thank you.